snipe we got over here. Earl, Elms, Regatta, Mission Bay Yacht Club, March 2026. Snipes, then Sabot A fleet, then Sabot B fleet, then Sabot C1 fleet. So that's, if you don't know the Naples Sabot, then that's probably Greek to you. But they have, we have a move-up system. It's not based on age, it's based on skill. You have to move up through the lower ranked fleets by winning regattas. 2 one-day regattas. In a nutshell, you have to win 2 one-day regattas or 1 2-day regatta, and this is a 2-day regatta. Earl Elms was a legend of San Diego. Paul Elstrom time sailor, similar in skill. Earl Elms won the Snipe Worlds. I don't even know what it all is.
Leeward is super far back.
Built Sabots. He built all kinds of boats. Was just a legend. He was whistle starts, right? Hold on. Yeah, Earl Elms Memorial.
Tatum's leeward is really far back. Copy.
Yep, a couple teams at 1 minute or 3 minutes were up there practicing. You got to have your watch on. So we have, this is the lightest it's been this morning. We have southwest wind coming from over there. So the book would say left middle. Racing, you're racing to the left middle. Their mark is going to be way up there somewhere. The white mark is for the Naples Sabots. The Snipes are going all the way up there. Now we're going to see if the kids read their course charts in the Sabot fleets. Everything is over at the pin. And the A fleeters especially should be watching this. This is Anya Fretwell right here, 29248. She was, what did she get, 4th at the Western Hemisphere Championship? Just 50 boats, 40 boats, 45 boats, something. She was winning or almost winning that regatta. Grew up racing Naples Sabots, college All-American sailor. She did exactly what I was telling my kids to do. Start a little up from the pin, because the book would say that the left middle is better, and don't start right at the pin, so you don't want to have too much risk. And then get out there. Yeah. Oh, postponement. So you're going to see the red and white. They call it the cat in the hat flag, or kids do, so that kids will remember that. The cat in the hat flag is postponed. 1 minute after they drop that red white flag will be the next 3 minutes for the A fleet.
What do you?
At 2 minutes, check your leeboard again. Get on starboard tack, check your leeboard. At 1 minute, look at the fleet upwind there. Can't really tell much. We know it's light. So we do know we're going to be sitting in the boat, and our sails have to be powered up. The current is not a factor today. The current is at a very low magnitude. We got Ronan here, 10388. Ronan just turned 12 and got 4th in the Gold Fleet at Sabot Nationals last year. He and his 3 buddies were top 4. What we call the 4 amigos. 4 friends who got top 4 in Gold Fleet at Nationals. 5, 4. We got L, 9559. Wow, 9333 was a great start. 8318 is Taj. He's from Newport. He's a good sailor. Oh, Ronan might roll him though. Parker, 8577. They got a new, they're gonna use one sail today and a different sail tomorrow. I'm not sure if doesn't look like this sail's brand new. The wrinkles in the bottom, so he's probably trying this one, and then apparently he's gonna have a different design. This is the site of our Sabot Nationals this summer. The wind is building just a little, and all the boats in the Snipes are on starboard. Well, no, they're not. I think there's just more wind. Race to the left middle, man. Look at Ronan, just rolled them. Yeah, bye-bye. Oh, let him cross. Yeah. He doesn't have to even look at his sails to fly his telltales. Yeah, he's just matching angles. He knows he's gaining. You know, he's just slowly eating them up. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, here he goes. Little early on the roll. I would have gone a little further through. Good save. You want to heel slowly. You want to keep the boat flat, start turning, and then you do a slow heel into the wind as the sail's crossing. If you do a fast roll into the wind, you give yourself a big lift. Oh, he is just footing right now. He is a natural footer. It is very hard to find this kid's sail will not luff, and that's one of the #1 rules of the Naples Sabot is do not luff your sail. You feather it when it gets windy. Good job, El. Port tack's lifted. Just go ahead and stay with the pack. Don't cross behind a bunch of boats. So she's just matching angles with race 1, Earl Elms Regatta, B Fleet. We got Brendan right here, 10145. We got Connor, 8900. Connor got second place in the B last week. Has only been sailing 2 years, Connor. He's a freshman in high school, and he's worked his way up to B, and he's gotten second place in the last 2 big B Fleet regattas, which is brutal, right? You're literally 3 or 4 points after 7 races or whatever away from moving up to A Fleet. That was a nice little smooth deal. The Puck is a very fast boat. It's just a standard Corsair, but it was owned by a really good sailor up in Newport, and they just got the leadboard mounted perfectly. Who else is in here? Vlad doing his first B Fleet regatta. Vlad just won Spring Gold Cup in Newport, 2-day regatta, 10076. Here's Poppy, 10022. Not sure what age Poppy is. I don't think she's 10 yet. She does not want to duck. She does need to ease as she ducked. That was a pretty good tack. Oh. Oh. Okay, well. Yeah. Slow heel to windward. Those boats look headed on starboard in the A Fleet, so I think Connor is in good shape. I think he's going to get lifted. Cool. Coming up on 20 seconds in the C1. This is the difference right here. Can you see the difference between the less experienced sailors? They're all, you can't see them right now. Sorry, I'm trying to drive. I do video these while I'm driving the coach boat. But you see all these kids to the right of the committee boat. Some of these guys reached down the line and made it work. I did not get a good video here. I'm trying to think who we have in this fleet. We've got 24 sailors total at this regatta. And about 12 of them are sailing in what's called Chicken Cove. So this is where we all learn to race Sabots for the last 50, 60 years. That's where people learn. Because it's a little quieter in there. Interestingly, today, right now, it's windier over there than it is out here. We also get a lot of tour boats and things out here. My God, do we have I don't think we have anybody in, oh, we have Jackson right here, 8752. We only have one C1. Ooh, the Snipes coming around, which I think the left gate's a little further upwind, I think. Looking at the exit angles of Snipes, if that was a starting line, I think I would be, it's so close together, it doesn't make as big a difference in the Snipe. It's only, those buoys are a little too close together, but it's a small fleet. beautiful day. Look how tight his sail is. He's on a broad reach right now, going right for the gates. This is indicative of a right wind shift. Okay, here's second and A fleet. Here's third and A fleet. Ronan right here in about fourth. L and Clara Stewart. Clara Stewart's vang is too tight, 10153. You guys, when you get around the weather mark in this light stuff, your vang is almost all the way off, or all the way off if it's short enough. And then you have to get moving and you have to control it in the puffs. You put a little vang on, an inch or two maybe. When it gets, as it's getting light, you're easing the vang. You're not playing the main sheet in this stuff at all. You're pretty much putting it at 91 degrees so that it's not in at all, and trying to keep it there. So Ronan's got some challenges here. It's a righty, so the wind is coming from over this side over here, and he's got three boats to his left. He's doing a good job of sailing a little high, and but Parker's sitting on, oh, that's Parker, 8577. Okay, well, race one. Interestingly enough, Pearson came around the other buoy, so that would be indicative of not a huge righty. Looking at the flags, they are about the same they were before the race. This is what we call a horizon job right here, by the way. So Ronan should just be racing for this right. This is good news for Ronan here, because the leader went to this buoy. So Ronan would immediately be racing full speed to this right buoy. And there's plenty of wind over here. Plenty of wind. Powerful sail. You see the black tack. The black tack is the T6. You see the problem with the T6 is the leech hooks a lot. So it's a very loose vang sail. You can see how tight that leech gets. You have to be a good sailor to not screw up the T6 by over trimming. L has just been a rocket downwind.
T21 is going to abandon the...
Yeah. Here goes Parker here. Ronan did exactly what we wanted to do. He should...
C21, got it.
Okay. There you go. The exit angle looks headed. You see how he's parallel to the gates? And the other boat is more up perpendicular to the gates. This end is further upwind. If this was a starting line, you couldn't even lay the pin if this was a starting line. So absolutely headed on starboard means this is the upwind end over here. You have to look at these gates as a starting line. Everybody would be trying to start at that buoy over there if it was A fleet. There's the leader way up there. There's second. There's third. Ronan looks fourth now. L looks fifth. This is the best puff of the day. That's the fastest these guys have been going all day. We look at the fleet upwind. Some boats on port, some boats on starboard. So most boats on port. So these guys would come out. Yep, there she goes. A little righty. So she's going to go back and see if she can get back close to Ronan here again. Cool. C1 fleet also going around up there right now. Who's winning C1? I can't tell. Just remarkably composed for a kid his age. 9333 just went behind him. So 9333 was in second. So Ronan's gone from fourth to second. El's leadboard is actually back a little. And she hasn't hit a couple shifts here, so she's not hanging quite as well. Ronan's Ronan's a little pinned. I think 9333 there. Just got him pinned just a little. But he's just remarkably composed. Here's the leader of A fleet. He's only gained, if anything. Very good sailor. Here's, okay. These flags are not much. They're further right. They're coming from more over here than they were at the starting line. And so as you're this is a lot to ask of like an 8 to 13 year old, but you would start seeing this stuff. These are telltales. You have telltales on your sail. Other boats are telltales, and the flags are telltales. So you're just playing the shifts. This is the windiest spot right here too. You're just playing shifts up through here. Pretty cool. It's windier in Chicken Cove than it is in the Big Bay, which is, you know, usually that's the opposite of that. And but we still like to have the younger sailors. So this is the C3 group, which is the learn to race fleet. You might see some kids on port tack in the last 10, 20 seconds. And then you have C2, which is one step up from the learn to race fleet. Again, you have to win a 2-day regatta or 2 one-day regattas to move up. That's in a nutshell. There's a few exceptions here and there to the move up rules, but they're pretty standard. These flags are still whipping. What's happening is the wind is kind of just strong through this center area in here. And they look like they've gone back a little left. I can't be certain of that. But yeah, they look like they've gone back a little left. So, but they're whipping pretty good and getting ready for race 2. After each race, you need to come over here and line up the starting line. So I'm gonna line up the starting line with something on the shore. It does not look like it's going to be an easy line sight. So I'm gonna tell you when I'm on the line. We're gonna have to look for something down here. I'm still windward of the line here. Oh, we might have a tent. Okay, let me look here. I'm still over by a fraction. I'm gonna go back and recheck this. So I'm gonna do this from here, and then I'm gonna go around and check. I'm looking for a tent on the, I'm looking for a tent on the beach. Okay, I am right on the line, right there. There's a white tent on the beach. Okay, and I'm probably starting down here, probably on this big bushy tree right there. See, I'm lining up the pin. There's a little bit of current. Oh, there's a white 5-mile-an-hour buoy in the water. If I start full speed right here, yes, I'm below the line, like maybe a half boat length. You see the 5-mile-an-hour buoy right over the top. Okay, so we'll go check that. Here is the committee boat end. There's the pin end. And we're trying to get the exact line sight. Actually, there's nobody here, so I'll be able to do this. Oh, wow. Yeah, this is totally different. So if I line the pin up with the palm trees up there, I'm below the line. My actual line sight is the big bushy trees right in there. Okay, if I line up the pin with the palm trees, I'm below the line by about a boat length, a little bit less. The actual line sight is the big bushy trees. The safe, so right now I'm actually over by a fraction looking at the bushy trees there. And then if I drop down, I'm below the line on the palm tree. So this is what, right there, palm trees, hold yourself here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bam. This is something you should practice over and over and over. And then you'll even be a good starter when there are no lines too. Look at Ronan, right about where, you know, one big heel, wham. That was just beautiful. You gotta be able to start like this and hold a lane. I mean, this is what you're practicing, guys. Can you start and hold a lane? He'd be kicking my butt right now. I mean, I can't hold a lane like that. Okay, Elle did okay. She's a little back, but she also has good accelerations. It's the big leeward heel and then the just perfect practiced flat. The key is getting the big lift on your sail by flattening the boat and squirting the boat forward.
C2s are doing about 4 o'clock right now. We counted 3 already. They should be finished.
Okay, Clara, we talked to Clara about looking at her sail just a little more. She sails totally by feel. She's got a rocket ship of a boat. That's a Driscoll boat. Driscoll boat yard. The founder of Driscoll Boat Yard was Jerry Driscoll, who was an American Cup sailor in the, I think the 50s, 60s, 70s. A lot of Driscolls have come out being world-class sailors.
Yeah,
L
we're
just,
pretty sure this
it's
day
lifted. This is a pretty good
is
starboard,
but
you
no
guys.
worries.
This is a pretty good starboard angle, so you can tell they're smart. These are the A fleet. They're smart. Everybody's staying on starboard. Ronan is just patient, just that tiny bit of leeward heel, not over trimmed, holding a lane that whole time. He knows he's lifted, so he's just gonna wait. Yeah, he's not quite crossing 10052, so he's gonna keep going. And then he's going to, that's this guy right in here. He's got right there. And he's gonna see his sail luff, and you're gonna see him let go of his tiller and just whomp onto the port tack. He's now crossing. He just got a little header. Okay, not bad. Yep. He's lifted, so he can't go. Now you're gonna get bad air off of that guy, off that cruising boat. Very good tack. Yeah, baby. 7435 is kind of the best sailor out here. He won the first race by a country mile. So what Ronan's focused on, everybody should be focused on. When you get near Pearson, race him. Practice. B fleet. Connor 8900. I don't know how he did in the first race. He was definitely over trimming. In a south wind, the left side is less risky. The only problem with that is we have a little sea breeze from the west, southwest that fills in every once in a while. The left side should be a little bit, look at that. 10076, Vlad doing his first B fleet regatta. Yeah, Connor surviving 8900 right up inside there, and he was getting his mainsail too hooked on the leech and too flat on the luff by over trimming. So he's doing it again. In the puffs, that's okay, but it gets too stalled on the leech. I don't know if you can see it right there. Oh, it's flying. Yeah, leech tail's going a little. So you got to have that thing flying at least. See, when you cinch down the leech like that, the leech stalls out. It's not stalled badly, but it's too hooked. That makes the boat, that lift on that top batten is aft. That lift is pushing the boat aft and stalling the leeboard, but he could be winning B fleet. There's a lot of wind over here. You can be tight in the puff. You get the puff, the boat accelerates, and then you squeeze it in. He's winning, actually, I think. Once the boat gets ramped up, you can sheet tighter, but you got to ramp it up. I think this is Vlad on the right corner, possibly second. I still think Connor's winning. Connor has nobody to his left that has a chance. Okay, so Connor's good. Yeah, you can really see how smoked he is on that main sheet. It is a good Ullman sail, though. That isn't pretty, that's not a new sail, and the thing still looks great. Cormorant convention. I spooked him. 9131 is actually quite fast. I'm gonna call it. I think this guy, yeah, this guy's gonna be top. You can see Connor. No, Connor, you should have waited. I think you just got your main too tight. Once it gets light, you got to learn to ease out and make the boat rip. He's already covering. Yeah. Yeah. I guess that was a good move because we crossed him. But again, just stalled. Stalled. Yeah. 9131 can just sail in his bad air and be higher and the same speed just because he's just over trimmed. Look at this guy. This guy's just gaining on him all the time with his boom a foot looser. Just too much leech tension stalling the leeboard. Good tack though. Oh, Brendan coming in here ripping. Uh-oh. 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 Not good. Should have ducked. Now my battery on my phone is not going to get a ton more, so I'm just going to end the video with for today, which is recognizing some kids. Here's Quinn. We're gonna have her stop the boat, pull more alcohol. There's Felix, second regatta of his life, just turned 8 years old. Here's Tatum. This must be race 3 or 4 for these guys. Race 4. 8752's Jackson. His laser sailing's been helping him a lot. That was a pretty nice tack.
Alexander Ross said his leg hurt and it's
Those guys overstood on the other side. Jackson just might go, look at this. Jackson's gonna tack onto a big lift. Look at that kid just getting lifted and lifted and lifted there. Jackson's getting headed. Wham. Bam. Oh, comes out of his tack a little high. Wow, 8 feet. Win in this race. Ah, look at that, dude. JR4. That is a rad sail. Oh my god, that's the king. He's gone from the full T6 sail. He's still pretty small. He's gone to the little bit flatter quantum, the JR4, and it just matches him perfect. That's, you know, that's why I think he's kind of, he doesn't never over trim. He's always on the loose side, actually. Winning that race by a country mile. Wrong. Pearson is again winning the A fleet by a country mile. But Ronan is a solid second on top of third. And Ronan's relentless coverer. He will not let that guy get away because he knows no one else has a chance to catch him. Okay, that's winner of B fleet. It's just one of those days where you just get the lucky shifts and you hit the wind shifts and you sail perfectly and you just get a mile ahead. Look at Poppy Card, a solid second. In B fleet. I don't think she's 10 yet. I'm not sure. That's the JR4. She's on the loose side on the outhaul because she's still wanting power, so that's fine. And the wrinkles in the leading edge are pretty perfect. You know, when you still need a little power at times, you just got a little bigger wrinkles at your tight trim. Because you can then read those wrinkles and tell how tight your main sheet is. Like, if it was windier, she'd pull all the wrinkles out but the 2 middle ones. Coming up on race 5, I think, for Saturday, day 1, Earl Elms Memorial. 9559L, giving great advice to her teammates. One of our goals for today is for the kids to collaborate and talk about their settings and what they're doing. And she just has it all. She just has such great advice. But she's feeling slow upwind. And so we changed her quite a bit. It's great. They know the boat end's favored. They saw the Snipes boat end favored and they're all down at that end. This is the A fleet. These kids have been sailing like 3-4 years to get to this level. So they get really good sailing a really hard boat. But what we do to L, we pushed our lee board forward a 1/4 inch. We created more power. We eased the Cunningham a 1/4 inch, the outhaul a 1/4 inch. Tried not to start next to the fastest people. There she goes. She did a good job. She's got a little lane. 103.88 Ronan. What a start.
For those of you that didn't hear, that is going to be a course 2 for C3 when we're
Parker 8577, a little bit in the middle.
That have not been listening.